Alright guys, gorgeous morning in Brooklyn. Beautiful out, a little bit chilly, but that's okay because I plan on getting heated up pretty soon. As you guys might be able to tell, I have my gym on my backpack. I have my gym in my backpack, the Handy Gym. Today is going to be another installation of the series that I'm doing as far as the Handy Gym goes. Today I'm going for a walk. As you guys might have noticed, the last few videos I've shown you or told you that I've been working out with the Handy Gym on some downtime at work. Handy Gym seems to be very versatile. You can do a lot with it in a lot of different areas, and I do feel quite confident that today we're going to be able to find a good place to do a solid chest workout right here in Brooklyn, just anywhere. I do feel confident that the gym is up to the task. Let's see what we can figure out. So something that I'm definitely going to be doing if I end up keeping the Handy Gym is I'm going to be modifying the backpack. It doesn't have any holders for soda or anything like that, so I'm either going to get another backpack altogether or you know, something that's a little more convenient, something that's maybe add some inserts into the bag, something like that, so that I can have more of a functional bag. I mean, the bag's great for the gym itself, but it's not really all that great for some other stuff. So as I'm walking around, I've found a million places so far just off the block of where I live that I can exercise. But I'm not taking just any particular place. I'm getting some steps in, I got my watch on, and I want to find a nice, decent spot that has some, you know, that's kind of quiet so that I can do a decent video for you guys and give you guys a good idea. But it's not like I'm going crazy looking for a spot. I could have found a spot, you know, 10 times already. So keep that in mind. I think that's really great. It's very versatile. The attachments that it comes with, the attachments that inevitably you're purchasing the attachments, but the attachments that it comes with allow it to be used in a really great capacity. So you have a lot of options if you don't care where you're working out or what you're doing or who you're around. You can pretty much just work out anywhere, from what I can tell, which makes it great. You work out when you can and you put it away and you're done. I was able to get an amazing workout, bicep workout, the other day on this thing. Absolutely incredible. And it was mind-blowingly quick. Like, I was able to knock out my biceps in a matter of minutes. Set the machine up, knock the biceps out, and then be finished, pack it down, and I was done in a matter of minutes, less than 15 minutes. So really, really functional. So we'll see what the park's looking like. There's a park over by where I live. We'll check that out. It's 8:30 right now on Saturday morning. Park's probably gonna be packed, but I mean, like I said, you can pretty much work out anywhere with this thing. As you can see, the scaffolding here, I mean, if you were inclined, you could just work off the scaffolding. Trees, you can work off trees. Today I want to do chest. The first time I did chest on this thing, I don't think that I did the machine justice because I just didn't know what I was doing when I first got it. Because there's such a learning curve with this machine. And I'll be getting into that learning curve later on with you guys more in my initial thoughts video. But in the meantime, yeah, there is a learning curve. It's not the easiest thing to wrap your head around, one of these machines. It's using inertia. It's using force that you create, like I mentioned, in like a yo-yo. In order to make a yo-yo function, you need to throw force into that yo-yo in order for that yo-yo to go down, spin, and then come back. And whatever amount of force you're putting into that yo-yo is the amount of force you're gonna get back. It's the same thing with this Handy Gym. You're throwing your own energy into this machine and it's hitting you back with the same energy. And if you don't know what you're doing with it, you are not going to be getting any use out of it. I've actually seen a few videos of people online who are using the gym, and they're not using it in the way that the machine, from what I could tell, was intended, because they're not utilizing an eccentric force, unless they don't want an eccentric force, but I can't imagine that that's the case. I have a feeling that a lot of people who use flywheel technology don't understand the mechanics of it, which causes them to be wasting reps, wasting time, wasting reps, just basically not doing the movements correctly. I have a feeling that's the case. So you're not getting benefit. If your goal is hypertrophy, you want an eccentric mode, you want an eccentric phase to the movement that you're doing. And I don't think a lot of people realize that you actually have to work for that eccentric to make sure that you're utilizing the force that's created in a certain way. We're almost at the park, so hopefully this walk wasn't a waste, and we can find a nice quiet spot to focus on our chest workout this morning. Park's looking busy this morning. All right, guys, looks like I found a decent spot. We're just gonna set up at, let's see, probably this pole right here. Okay guys, so I tried to rig the strap up so that it wouldn't slip down. I mean, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know if there is a right and wrong. I think you're just trying to figure out, you know, how to rig this thing up any way possible. So let's see if we can actually get a workout in this morning. This was pretty frustrating, as you can see. I don't feel like this was necessarily Handy Gym's fault. I feel like it was my fault because I came not prepared. But, you know, it is something that you're gonna have to consider. It's not as easy and as simple as something like, for example, resistance bands or dumbbells. You know what I mean? You have to work with this thing. You have to learn how to use it. Once you learn it, I think it's gonna be a lot easier. Okay, so this is me attempting to do chest on Handy Gym. All right, so this is the method that I'm going to be using for the rest of the time that I'm here. I will get back to you guys at the end. Right now we got some heavy breathing going on. I do feel chest activation for sure. This is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be harder to use two arms to pull out that force and let it come back. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be throwing it. I'm going to be holding the Handy Gym, kind of tossing it, and then letting it come back. I'll explain more later, and I'll let you guys know how this ends up working out as far as chest activation. Talk to you guys soon. Okay guys, so real quick, interrupting my workout to show you what just happened. You see my arm here? Handy Gym just got caught up on my skin. Ripped off a huge layer of skin. Not fun, not fun, not fun. Very unhappy at this moment in time. I'll let you guys know if that was my fault or not. More than likely it was, but in either case, this is something that is a potential problem. All right guys, so after doing a little bit of experimenting with the way I tied this knot, it allows it to hold tension without slipping, but easily be adjustable. So I can literally pull this up and down very quickly, very easily, and it stays where it is. All right, so if you want something simple and easy with zero issues, I would probably not recommend the Handy Gym, simply because you got to figure out how to rig this thing up, okay? Now, after doing the initial way that I showed you, I was doing chest, pushing it out, coming back in. As I showed you, I caught my arm. My arm's killing me right now. As you can see, it's not pretty looking. And I also didn't feel like I was getting the optimal amount of chest activation using that. So what I did was I raised this up. I didn't have to untie it. I just simply raised it up I'm going to show you right now what I'm currently doing. So what I'm currently doing is I'm pulling it down with 2 arms to get the optimal amount of eccentric force, right? So I'm going to go like this. That's what I'm currently doing. Just wanted to give you guys an update so you can get an idea of what I had to change in the middle of a workout to try to find the best way to do this. All right, guys, so as of right now, I'm going to show you what I find to be proper form on this machine from what I've experienced so far for my chest, okay? It's different than the form I was using earlier. But like I mentioned, well, maybe I didn't mention it. I might have just put it in my notes. You got to concentrate on form with this machine because you're using so many muscle groups in order to get the inertia going that your form starts to break down. If you don't want your form to break down, you have to concentrate on it heavily. So this is what I've been doing, and it seems like it's really targeting chest very well. What? My stance. I'm not allowing my form to break down. Before I was going like this. Now I'm going. See? Like that. I think I found the perfect angle to use this thing on for chest. Check this out. Very excited. Most chest activation that I felt since I started this thing this morning. All right, let's line this thing up. As you can see, I put on the red plates. The red plates are the heaviest amount of weight or the heaviest amount of potential inertia. We're gonna wind it up. And we're going to go at it from a super tight incline. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let the arm come back all the way. Pull. There you go, guys. Like I said, if you're looking for something easy and you don't know the mechanics of how your body works or how about basic bodybuilding movements work, even on dumbbells, this might not be for you because you need to know the mechanics of your body in order to make this machine work for you. It's not like a machine where you hop on and you move your arm and you pretty much know what you're doing. This is completely like freestyling it. And if you don't know how to get the best activation out of your body, this might not be a good fit for you. All right, guys, park's starting to get real busy, so I'm getting the heck out of here. So I got a quick update on how this workout went. All right, so first of all, as I mentioned before, take a look at my arm. It's destroyed, right? Because of the machine. My skin got caught in the arm. Unfortunately, things like this happen. Do I blame the machine? Not necessarily, but I do think that it might be a little bit dangerous. You got to be very careful. You can get hurt with anything, whether it's a dumbbell, whether it's a tonal, whether it's anything. You can get hurt with anything. But guys, there is a learning curve when it comes to this machine, and part of that learning curve is going to be you staying safe while you're using it. We'll get more into that later on when I do my initial impressions about this video, about this machine. All right, so how was this workout? Okay, did I get an extremely efficient workout? Absolutely not. The reason why is because of the learning curve. I haven't used this machine in the environment that I've used it in today before. I've never done this environment with the machine before, so it took me a little while, as you saw, to set the machine up initially, right? So that took a little bit more time than I wanted. That was kind of annoying. The next thing was, I've never done an efficient chest workout on this machine. Now, when you first buy the Handy Gym, they set you up with an appointment. They give you a free appointment with one of their trainers, their Handy Gym trainers, basically somebody who's experienced with this machine. They're gonna set you up with them. But unfortunately, the wait time for an appointment is probably like 2 or 3 weeks. So you basically have this machine for like 2 or 3 weeks before you actually get your appointment. And so you're messing around with this machine trying to figure it out on your own. Like I mentioned earlier, if you are not already, if you don't understand the mechanics of how to exercise already, you're gonna have trouble with this machine because it's not like a dumbbell. You don't just lift it up and put it down. It's very important to realize that angles are very important with this machine. The length that you set the cord to, because as you can see in the video, there's a cord. That cord is going to measure out the amount of resistance. It's going to measure out where the machine stops giving you resistance. It's very important that that cord is at the exact length for what you're doing, or else you're wasting reps. You're wasting time, you're wasting energy, you're wasting reps. You're not building the way you want to build. So I did not get an extremely efficient chest workout. In fact, most of the time I was just trying to figure out the best way to use the machine. As you use this machine, you will get better and better and better. And as you use this machine, you are going to learn the best way to do things, as far as angles go, as far as the specifics of how you should be holding the machine, the cord length, all that stuff, okay? Another thing that I noticed is this thing makes a lot of noise. It makes a lot of noise. I'm in the middle of a park, but fortunately, nobody cared. People were actually, I think, more intrigued with the machine. I even had dogs staring at me like, what is this guy doing with this thing? I'm telling you, it was the weirdest thing. I saw a dog was staring at me like this. Like, what is this guy doing? When you look at the commercials for Handy Gym, you're gonna see a bunch of people using a machine in a weird way. You're gonna be like, why are they moving their arms like this? Why are they throwing their arms like this? What they're doing is not going to look efficient. In fact, what they're doing might even look stupid. I'm just being honest. When I first saw the commercials for this machine, just like when I first saw the commercials for Tonal, they looked stupid. I'm not trying to insult Handy Gym. I'm not trying to insult Tonal. I've even came out with a video saying, hey guys, I love Tonal, but their commercials suck. The reason why is because it's true. Their commercials are horrible. And Handy Gym's commercials, in my opinion, are just, they're not good. And they look stupid to me. When I almost didn't buy the machine because the commercials looked so bad. Because you got people like throwing this thing and moving around on it, and it doesn't show that there's an eccentric force. I mean, how much can you really show in a video? I don't know, but I just don't feel like it's done well, and it doesn't bring justice to the machine. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, I've learned today through trying to find the best way to get an efficient chest exercise that, yeah, you're gonna look stupid. You're gonna look stupid. In my opinion, it looks stupid. You're gonna be moving this thing around, you're gonna be throwing it at certain angles, you're gonna be using this thing in a way that does not look efficient. But really what you're doing is trying to build up the amount of force you can, the exact amount of force you can, and then pound that force into the muscle group that you are trying to work. So you need to know angles of your body. You need to know how you need to throw the force. You're basically taking a ball of force and targeting it into a muscle group. That's what you're doing. So you need to slam that force into a muscle group. If you don't know how to do that, If you can't figure out how to do that, if you don't already know the basic mechanics of what exercising is, you're gonna have trouble with this machine. Does that mean that you can't use it? No, absolutely not. Again, look at this arm. Again, not an initial impressions, just jotting down notes. I'm gonna sum it all up in a final video. I'm gonna meditate on this machine. I'm still not done with the muscle groups that I need to do yet, so I still have to do that. So look forward to hitting you guys back with another video. Today was chest. I think next we're gonna be doing legs, which should be interesting. I'm thinking we're gonna do squats, and I'm thinking we're gonna do calf raises. But we're gonna see. All right, guys. So again, not an extremely efficient chest workout today, but it was a learning process. Sometimes you need to crack a couple of eggs to make an omelet, or break to make an omelet. I don't know, something about omelets and eggs and how you gotta do something you don't wanna do, I don't know. So yeah, it wasn't efficient, but I learned, so that means the next time I do it, it's gonna be efficient. It's gonna be more efficient. And the more you do it, the better you're gonna get. That's the idea. That's what I do believe is gonna happen. Very excited for the next chest workout. All right, so we're gonna see how this goes. Stay tuned, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Hope you're all well and safe, and I will catch you guys later.